Hello my lovely friends, my name is Ava and today I'm going to be showing you all of the books on my physical TBR. I really wanted to start this like TBR takedown type video that I've seen a lot of my friends do, and it would be really nice to have a video of just all the books that are on my physical TBR like compiled into one video to remind me, oh yeah, I need to read that book. So we're gonna be going over all the books that are on these shelves that I haven't read yet. So we're just gonna be going kind of like shelf by shelf, I guess. So we will start, I guess, on this side. Let's do that. Okay, so this case right here, you can't really see me, but this bookcase right here are my more romantasy and paranormal ones. So let's see this top. I'm gonna take off all the ones and then show y'all in a stack. I have this stack to start with, and then I actually have a little mini mass market stack on that shelf as well. So there's another stack. Okay, the first one that I have is Wolf Gone Wild by Julia Cross. This is a paranormal wolf shifter witch romance. Sounds right up my alley. A Wilderness Within by Emma Castle. This is actually a post-apocalyptic kind of like plague romance, kind of like COVID. This was written before COVID though, so kind of makes me scared, but I still want to read it because I love Emma Castle. Fall by Jessica Florence. I met this author at a book signing earlier this year and actually saw her art print blown up by her table and needed it. It's a romance inspired by Haunted Mansion, like the ride Haunted Mansion at Disney World. Made It to My Ex by Kate Pryor is a werewolf fated mate shifter second chance romance. I Love Beyond the Stars by Jennifer Chipman. Has beautiful sprayed edges. This is a sci-fi like spaceship romance. They fall in love like on the spaceship. It's enemies to lovers, forced proximity. It's like a sci-fi romance without any aliens in it, which I still appreciate. I love anything sci-fi, even if there are no alien men to fawn over. That is totally fine with me. So I'm looking forward to picking this one up. These two are really special to me. So these are actually fanfics that have been bound by my lovely friend Mel. She sent me these. This is Finding Himself, and this is, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I can't say that one. Anyway, these are Cedric Diggory and Hermione fanfics. I still have yet to read. I think I've read a few chapters of this one, of the first one, and just ended up putting it down for whatever reason. But yeah, this has disability representation in it, and it's a fanfic that is very well beloved. And thank you so much, Mel, for binding these and sending them to me. Like, that's absolutely crazy. But I still need to read these. This one's actually front displayed on the shelf where you can see the cover because it's absolutely stunning. I can't get over it. I have this mass market stack. First is Jacob by Jacqueline Frank. Bree from WorldInWord would absolutely gush about this book any chance that she got. It's one of the books that got her into romance. It's a vampire book, so when I saw it at half price, but I had to get it. The Vampire Who Loved Me by Teresa Medeiros. I love Teresa Medeiros, and apparently there's vampires, so. This is the whole Hidden Legacy series by Ilona Andrews, paranormal romances that actually take place in Houston, which is where I'm from. It really intrigued me. But yeah, they're paranormal romances, and I have not read any of these, and I do know there's one more book out. There's a red book that's supposed to be up top, but I got all the books in the series, so hopefully I can marathon them at some point. The next shelf only has 3. So this is Crown of Crystal Flame by C.L. Wilson. This is her last book in her Terran Soul series that I love, but I'm terrified of the villain in the series, and I just haven't picked it up yet because I'm a fucking scaredy cat. The Curse of Blood and Stone by K.A. Tucker is the second book in her like Portal fantasy series. I really enjoyed book 1, so hopefully I can get to book 2. I probably need to reread number 1, honestly. Lastly, on that shelf I have Of Sword and Silver by January Bell. This is January Bell's first romantasy book. She used to just write alien romances, so I did get through chapter 1 at one point. I can't remember what happened, so I gotta do a reread. We have like another romantasy paranormal shelf. My Roommate is a Vampire. I think I got this one last year on my birthday. We have All Superheroes Need PR, An Arc of It by Elizabeth Stevens. Shadowlands Omega by Elizabeth Stevens as well. This is the second book in this series. I don't own number 1, but I have read number 1, and she very graciously sent me number 2. I need to read this one because that one looks stunning. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first book in this series by her, and I've heard amazing things, but I get so intimidated by like really good sounding romantasies by the next few that are coming up. So Kiss of the Basilisk by Meredith Straub. This is a very spicy, apparently, romantasy. I read a few chapters and I need to reread them and continue on. I still haven't read From Blood and Ash. I own the audiobook, still haven't read it. Sorry. Lastly on that shelf is Beautiful Nightmares by KJ Sutton. I actually met KJ Sutton a few years ago at a book signing, and this was one of the books I pre-ordered. I've only read book number 1 and 2, books number 1 and 2. So I need to reread the series so I can finally get to this chunky monkey of a book. The last 2 shelves on that bookcase, one of them is my Sarah J. Maas shelf, and I've read all the books by her except for, I do own it, but it's behind some books. the Catwoman book that she wrote. I have not read that one yet, so I have the Catwoman, so that's on this list. And then bottom of the case is all my J.R. Ward books, which I have read. This little case, I've read every single book from. So we have like Emma Hamm, Grace Draven, we have Cressley Cole, more Sarah J. Maas, and my Twilight books on the bottom. In the center here is my monster alien stuff. So it starts with Ruby. Ruby takes up 3, and I've read all of them. We're gonna start on this one right here, I guess. I only have one book on that shelf, actually. This is A Nightmare by Regina Bell. I met her at Monster Erotica Con and got this one. The heroine, I guess, falls in love with like the personification of all of her nightmares, and like he comes to life. Like, it's so hot. These are all the books on the next shelf. So I have A Soul to Guide by Opal Rain. This is her 4th book in her Duskwalker Bride series. I think I actually read a chapter of this while I was at Monster Erotica Con, and just a bunch of things were happening and I ended up putting it down. But I do want to read this one because it has disability representation. The heroine is blind in this one, so I am actually really looking forward to that one. This one's my most recent purchase. This is A Frenemy in Need by Katrina Bell. She's actually a local author here in Austin, and I got to meet her at a like small bookstore pop-up and saw a monster romance author, and I was like, yeah, I need that. Beneath Scales and Shadows by Terra Nova was another Monster Erotica Con pickup. I absolutely needed it. It's stunning. Like, this cover is everything. I actually like told Tiffany before we even went there, I'm getting this book, because it was like being marketed on the Facebook group or the Instagram group, whatever. And yeah, I needed it. I actually found this special edition of The Melior at Half Price Books, y'all. Like, someone's coming in clutch for me. But yeah, this is a alien romance. Apparently he has 4 arms, he's got a tail. I know nothing about it, but I saw an alien romance at a Half Price Books, and I of course got it. Another Monster Erotica Con purchase. This is The Orc's Rage by Leon Riley. I got about 40% into it, and I just haven't finished it yet. Another one I have found at Half Price Books is Boomslang by Naomi Lucas. I've read the first 2 books in this series. I don't know what number this one is, but these are like the Naga Bride post-apocalyptic monster romances. Another Monster Erotica Con purchase. This is Pucking Monsters by Cleo Evans and Ashley Bennett. This is a bind-up of 2 novellas, one written by Ashley and one written by Cleo. So this is one couple, and then the back is another couple. I just had to get it. It's absolutely stunning. And lastly, on that shelf, I have Darkly Depraved Monsters by Violet Taylor. This is a bind-up of, yeah, 6 of her monster romance novellas. Sounds so hot. I'm going to be picking this one up any day now to read at least one of the stories. These are the books from the bottom shelf of this bookcase, and then we can go to the next one. First is a series. So I have the Monster Security Agency series by Leila Fay. I have her books in that series. So I have Guarded by the Snake, Guarded by the Vodnik, and Guarded by the Phantom. These are all monster romances, so I need to pick them up. And then 2 more Leila Fay ones, because I have a whole like Leila Fay stack down there. I still haven't read Ghosts of Halloween, which is the one that's like blown up, so I need to read this. This is an MMMF romance where she falls for these guys that are getting revenge on her. They're masked ghosts that kidnap her, and pretty dark. This one got popular, I feel like, for a reason, so I need to pick it up. And I still haven't read Devil's Deal. I'm actually about to start it. So yeah, this is her dark romantasy that is also blown up somewhat, and I'm really happy for her. And lastly, I have Bloodlust by A.B. Scythe. This is a shark shifter romance where he ends up biting the heroine, and through that bite finds out that they're fated mates. Like, I needed this cover. I know it's a very short, but I needed this cover in my life. Okay, we're on to the center little one. There are a few on here that I have not read yet. But first, we have Charlie Hibbert, read all those. Same thing with Chloe, same thing with Hannah. Brittany, there are a few. Brittany, there is one on here I haven't read yet, and there's some more Brittany books on this shelf right here. So this is Behind the Bars. This is A Second Chance Romance Dealing with Music. Next shelf is my Emma Scott, and there are a few on there, so let me grab them. Okay, so we have Between Hello and Goodbye as my first one. I believe this one takes place in Hawaii. Next, I have The Muse, which is one of her paranormal romances. And lastly, I have Someday Someday, which is one of her romances. My last little cube down there is actually this box set. This is a Jane Austen box set, so there are a few Jane Austens in here I just haven't read yet. I have Love and Friendship, which I know isn't like a full story. I think it's like a collection of her stories, that someone put together after she passed away. So I haven't read that though. I have not read Northanger Abbey, Mansfield Park, or Persuasion yet. We're on to our contemporary books. Okay, I have quite the big stack from that top shelf. We have Caught Up by Liz Tomforty, the special edition that I got at a book signing. This is a Nanny Single Dad. Love Utley by S.J. Tilley. I don't know what this is about. This was just the only S.J. Tilley book that was still available at our table when I met her at a signing. Probably the only young adult book on this list is Every Time You Go Away by Abigail Johnson. I just saw disability rep on the cover and needed it. Crossroads of Love by Chris Abbott is one the author sent to me, and I can't wait to read it. Another disability representation book is Unlikely Match by Laura Bradbury. Baby Cakes by S.J. Tilley is her Christmas romance, I think, with a few novellas in this bind up. Another Christmas one is Christmas Cancellation by Evie James. This author also sent me a copy of this one, so thank you so much. Then I have two Kennedy Ryan books. This is The Kingmaker and this is Real. I know I still haven't read these. I'm so sorry. We're on to my next contemporary, so let's see. We have this little stack. First is My Ellie by H. Mitchell, another one that was sent to me by the author. So cute. At First Smile by Melissa Whitney, another one sent by the author, and it has disability representation. Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This is her bodyguard romance. And then I have these by Lucina Coney, I think. I don't really know what these are about, but I've heard really good things about them, so I snagged. Okay, next shelf, let's see. There are a few, so let's do this little stack first. Almost Maybe by Katie L. Tyler. It's like a fall-esque romance. Another one the author sent my way. Into the Tide by Laura Pavlov. I actually met Laura at a book signing at the bookstore I work at and needed to get a book for a sign it. This is the first book in this series, I'm pretty sure. It's like a small town romance. These three books by A.L. Jackson I still haven't read yet, so Hold On to Hope, Say It's Forever, and she actually sent me Don't Forget Me Tomorrow, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a hardcover edition. Okay, I don't want to reach at the bottom, but I have yet to read Reckless and Heartless by Elsie Silver. These are like the people covers. I have yet to read those. And then the other little stack from that shelf, Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. I've heard great things about that one. Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I hear has really good like either chronic illness or disability representation. I'm really looking forward to this one as well. And then I have three books by Melanie Harlow, another author that was at a signing I went to and needed some books for her to sign. So these are the first three books in her one of her small town romances. So first one is Runaway Love with like the kissy pages. Hideaway Heart with the camera, and Slapshot Surprise with the like hockey sticks. Next shelf. Okay, this first little stack I have Credence by Penelope Douglas. I know I haven't read it yet. Don't shame me, don't shame me. Show Me the Way by T.C. Matson. I just saw this one at half price and it looked interesting. I've yet to read it. It is on the shorter side, so if I want to pick up something shorter, I can always pick that one up. And then I have these two Hello Lovely box editions of Tijun books. So I have Enemies and I have Anti-Stepbrother, so sports romance, I believe. And then this one is possibly a college romance if I'm not mistaken, but these covers are too cute. Luck and Last Resorts by Sarah Grinder Ruiz. This one takes place on a boat. Sounds fun. Justice Once by Lena Hendricks. The first book in her, I believe, small town romance series. Then we have The Prospects by KT Hoffman, which is a teammates LGBTQ+, I believe also trans representation, baseball romance. And then we have this one I have to cover up because there's boobs. But this is Keepsake by Amy Oliveria. I believe this one has to do with MMA fighting. But yeah, her boobs are fully out in that one. It's wild. Three Candy Steiner books I haven't read yet that I own is Weightless. I hear this one's really emotional. We have Close Quarters, which takes place, I believe, on a yacht. And then Say Yes, which is like set in the 90s and has disability. And then I also have Make Your Play by Callie Melly, which is, I believe, a college romance, and she looks to be pregnant. I'm unpopular, but I like pregnancy romances. I got this special edition book box from Dark and Quirky, and I have not read any of these books. So I already mentioned it before, but this is the special edition for it, Between Hello and Goodbye. Also a book I already mentioned, but this is the special edition of Real. And these are three I haven't mentioned yet. So this is Always Been You by QB Tyler. I think it's a taboo romance. Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton, like a darker read, as well as Hawk by Jessie Hall. And lastly on that shelf, I have some Brittany books I have yet to read. So this is The Holidates, one of her Christmas romances. This just got a new cover, so cute. This is her collection of poems with Candy Steiner. This is Behind Closed Doors. Her baseball romance, The Problem with Players. Another Christmas one that I haven't read yet is Our Totally Ridiculously Made Up Christmas Relationship. Sounds cute. And then I have yet to read still The Mixtape, which I've heard really good things about. Here are all the books from the next shelf. So we have Malevolent by Lainey De La Roque. I believe this is maybe a dark academia type. I'm not sure, I have to look it up. Into the Woods, a dark Winnie the Pooh retelling. Yeah. Devious Deals. This is a dark Peter Pan retelling, I'm pretty sure. Or it's Little Mermaid. I can't remember. Birdie's Biker, the first book in Misty Walker's Motorcycle Club series. Butcher and Blackbird. Yeah, no, I haven't read it yet. The Hitman by Christina Jackson, a mafia romance. We have The Ritual by Chantal Tessier, which is a very dark romance. This is the special edition I got last year. This hardback copy of Gothicana by Runix, a dark, spooky kind of university read, I think. We have Inked in Lies by Jenna Darling. I just have only read up to book 2 in this series, but I do own this one. And lastly, I have Oil on Chocolate. I actually met this author at a little pop-up booth in my small town, and I needed to support her. This has something to do with like a mechanic falling in love with a baker. Sounds really cute. On the bottom shelf, I have 2 historicals that I have not read yet. I have a whole entire historical romance case, like bookcase, in the living room. We're not going to be including those because I probably won't read the majority of those anyway. They're like collector's items, you know? Anyway, I have A Lady for a Duke, which is a historical romance with a trans female main character. And then we have Forever Your Rogue by Erin Langston, which I believe is a single mother romance. This is the last bookcase, so let's see. I've read all the books up top. This is my Helena Hunting cube, so let's see. Okay, I've not read these 4 books. So this is Shattered Truths by H. Hunting, or Helena Hunting. This is her like pen name for her new adult college stuff. I have this special edition of If You Need Me by Leila Hunting. Look at that. I met her at a signing early this year, and my friend Victoria recommended me this book specifically, so I got it. This is obviously a hockey romance. We have The Good Luck Charm, which I believe is one of her like rom-coms possibly. And lastly is The Librarian Principle. Okay, so this one right here has a lot of books I haven't read yet, so let me grab them. Here's a stack. So first 3 books are by one author. This is Avery Kingston. I've read her books in the past. I own just quite a few because I see her at a few signings. This is the first book in one of her series, Chasing Fire by Avery Kingston. I think each book in the series, the hero is a vet, like an army vet, not a veterinarian, sorry. Take You Down by Avery Kingston. The hero is blind in here and he is a radio show host. Break Me Out is her romance. Here's some random other ones. This is Katie Ray's Done. I think this is A Single Dad, Small Town. Take You Down by McKay Marie, my lovely friend McKay. I had to support her and purchase this book for her on release day. This is her first book in her Rockstar Romance series. And then I have 3 books by Nikki Ash. This is a series I know nothing about, but she gave me a deal. If I bought the first one, she'd give me the second one for free. So this is Drunk on You and, Drunk on You and Hooked on You. I don't know anything about those books. And then Clutch Player, I believe, is her baseball romance. Or I'm like totally wrong. I have no idea, but apparently this book is out of print now, so. Okay, next little cube, I have 2 books by Daisy Jane. We have The Wild One. I don't really know what most of these are about, and I apologize. This is Undeniable. I think this one actually has a lactation kink. That's thing I only remember about that one. We have Sherwood by Sierra Simone, which is her kind of like Robin Hood retelling. Liar by Fiona Cole, one of the books in her like sex club romance series. Recon by Katie Ray. We have another vet romance. And then I have The Stopover by Teal Swan. I heard this one is like a fan favorite for people. The second to last cube, I have some Sarah Kate books. So I don't want to ruin the stack right now because your girl has to head to work in a few minutes. So I'm trying to hurry this up. But I have all the Salacious Players Club besides Madam. I don't own that one yet because I own all the People covers and I did not snag a People version of Madam, and I am kicking myself in the butt. Anyway, I've only read book number 1. I've only read Praise. So all the other books in the series are on this list. And then I also have this bind up. This is More Than a Threat by Kennedy L. Mitchell. So this is apparently like a romantic suspense type of series, and this is her bind up for it. I got it at a book signing where I met her. Okay, there you have it. Those are all the books in my physical TBR. That last little cube on the bottom is actually just like self-help and collector's books that I don't know if I'm actually ever going to read, so I don't really want to put them on in this video. So anyway, there are all the books that are on my physical TBR. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books or if you plan to. I guess my shelves look a mess right now, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it later. Okay. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down below which book on my physical TBR I should prioritize. If you don't feel like commenting anything else, you can leave me a book stack emoji in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see y'all soon in my next one. Bye y'all.
Oh, and I keep finding dog ears that you left in my books. Miss your hate, can I just crash over? Cause you crashed in like a tsunami. Woke up next to you so hungover, sunlight painted stripes.